Okay, so let's have a quick talk about the plugin system. The plugins are, well, this video will talk about the end user experience with them, and then there'll be another video about how they work internally, and that'll be more geared towards programmers. But plugins, this is a subfolder you'll find in your installation for Qrucible. Yeah, so this is my installation for Qrucible. You can exe a piece of a pack file with some data in it, and then there's a plugins folder. If you go inside the plugins folder, and this is important to end users, that's why I'm bringing it up. If you do happen to get a plugin from somebody else or you write one yourself, you got to drop it in this folder. This is how Qrucible will see it. And the prefix kind of dictates what game it's for or what game it's oriented towards, right? So Qrucible plugin py is an internal file. You have to have that. That's just one that all plugins rely on. If it has a Q1 in front of it, it's for Quake 1. You can probably guess what Quake 2 and Quake 3 look like. If it has a Q underscore in front of it, that indicates that it's global and doesn't really care what game it's generating for. So you'll see how that works here in a second. So seeing these ones, unique target, monster teleport, path corners, we'll jump back to Qrucible. Now, when I go to the plugins tab, this is already populated with those things. It's already scanned the folder. It's seeing which ones are in there. And we can just pick one from here. These plugins are going to be operating on whatever map is selected here. So I tell it that I want to generate a new target because I want to make a lift or whatever I'm going to make, right? So I choose that. The parameters for that plugin appear down here, and I hit the go button. And it tells me at the bottom, it copied it to clipboard that the T_87, that's now on the clipboard. And as you develop your map, that kind of thing is super handy because you constantly be saying, instead of trying to remember what the last target was you used, you can just use this. Anyway, that one's global. The others are more specific. So, but they wrap up common tasks you do in vanilla that are sometimes a hassle. So generating path corners, a path of how many things do you want, is it looped or not? And when you hit go in this situation, it says it copied it to the clipboard. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. Okay, so normally you would be pasting that text into your map editor, like your trench broom or whatever. We'll paste it here just so we can see it, that it is just a blob of plain text, and it's generated unique tags for all of them. And that's just again, a chunk of text you can drop into your map. And the monster teleporter is much the same way. This is for obviously a monster lives in a little closet. You can trigger it in when you want to. But it kind of has more advanced properties in it, in that you get the same target prefix. Do you want it to spawn aggro or not? And then there's a drop down. You pick which monster it is from vanilla. So you want to do an ogre, he spawns angry, and the tag for him will be, it's going to be the ogre ambush. How about that? I say go, copied it to the clipboard, and you can see it generates another chunk of text. This is the geometry for his little room where he lives. This is his teleport brush. This is where he's going, and that's him. But you can see all those tags were generated from that ogre ambush prefix that I gave it. So basically, that's the ins and outs of plugins. There will be more developed over time, obviously, but this is the starting set because I wanted to make sure the system was going to work before we got too ambitious. But you could do all kinds of things in here, right? Like stuff to generate staircases or things to create curves or whatever you want to end up doing. We can do it through here. So, yeah, going to move on to the next video. Thanks.